That morning the city did not wake up. It sealed itself. At first light the gates were closed, not barred, not guarded, not damaged, closed. Iron doors rested perfectly in place, untouched by hand or tool. Chains lay unused on the ground. Keys still hung inside gatehouses where guards had vanished without a sound. No horns were blown. No bells rang. The city did not warn its people. Those who slept inside woke to a silence that felt deliberate. Those who slept outside never crossed the threshold again. By mid-morning, confusion filled the streets. Merchants rattled doors that had opened freely for generations. Messengers ran from district to district, pounding on stone that offered no reply. Animals refused to pass beneath archways they had crossed their entire lives. The walls stood whole, unbroken, calm, and completely sealed. The council gathered out of habit, not authority. They argued loudly, as men do when they still believe shouting controls reality. They accused foreign enemies. They accused rival houses. They accused forgotten gods. No one accused the city. Engineers were summoned. Masons followed. Iron rams were dragged into position. Stone struck stone. Metal screamed against iron. Nothing cracked. Nothing bent. The gates did not resist. They simply did not open. On the second day, people noticed the stillness. Smoke rose straight into the air, untouched by wind. Shadows lay where they fell, refusing to shift. Footsteps echoed longer than they should have, the city felt. Attentive. On the third day, the streets changed, not visibly, not dramatically. Alleys seemed longer than remembered. Staircases bent slightly out of alignment. Landmarks felt misplaced, as though the city were rearranging itself while being observed. Maps became unreliable. The city had not collapsed. It had decided. By the fourth day, hunger arrived not because food was gone, but because it was unreachable. Granaries would not open. Cellars refused their owners. Market stalls stood sealed behind shutters that had never known locks. People began to understand what had been shared freely remained accessible. What had been hoarded did not. No decree explained this. No judgment was announced. The city did not justify itself. On the sixth night, the first scream echoed through the eastern quarter. It came from a district built quickly and cheaply, where corners had been cut and promises broken. At dawn, a man stood alone in the street, alive, unharmed. Behind him, his home was gone, not destroyed. Gone. Where walls had stood, there was now seamless stone as though the building had never existed. Others followed. Homes vanished. Workshops dissolved into walls. Entire families stood facing nothing at all. The city was not punishing. It was correcting. By the eighth day, people learned which streets to avoid. Some districts felt heavier, like breathing underwater. Others were unnervingly quiet, swallowing sound entirely. One quarter smelled faintly of ash, though no fire burned. No birds entered the walls anymore. Even insects avoided certain paths. The council attempted one final performance of authority. They ordered executions. The square was prepared. The crowd gathered not with anger, but with fear. The blade was raised and stopped, frozen mid-air. Suspended, untouched by gravity or will. The executioner screamed and fled. The crowd scattered. The blade remained, casting a shadow that never moved. After that, no one tried to command the city again. On the 13th morning, the gates opened, only slightly, only briefly. Those nearest felt it instantly, a pressure behind the eyes. A pull in the chest. Some were pushed forward. Others were held back. No one crossed by choice. When the gates closed again, fewer people remained inside. Those left behind understood something then. The city was not cruel. It was precise. Years passed. No army breached the walls. No plague escaped them. No ruler claimed the city. Travelers spoke of it in lowered voices. A city that sealed itself. A city that remembered debts. A city that no longer accepted newcomers. roads curved away from it, trade routes adjusted, settlements rose at careful distances, people built around the city, never against it, never within it again. Sometimes, on still mornings, the gates can be heard shifting, not opening, not closing, just reminding the world the city is awake. And it is watching. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more.